Welcome back to Chasing the Target. Sunrisers finally starting off the year with a title, and what a way to win. Zabardast victory for the Sunrise at Eastern Cape. A brilliant leadership from Adrian Markram. Tristan Stubb, what a 50. A fiver for Marco Janssen, everything coming together. Kavya Madam finally khush ho gaye after Hyderabad keeps on breaking her heart. Eastern Cape back-to-back titles, man. I never expected them to win again. But the way they performed this season, unbelievable.
Incredible, man. They don't have biryani, they don't have charminar, they don't have kadak chai, but they are killing it, man. What a performance. और अगर आप देखो दोनों साल मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगा कि उन लोगों का स्क्वाड इतना strong था on paper. They have people stepping up. Their bowling this season incredible. Bartman, Worrell, Janssen, five for in the final. Incredible stuff. Even you see today, what are the wickets he picked up, but his economy rate, man, 3.75 around about that. They bowled like a team, they batted like a team. You had Abel coming performing, Malan, आपका कौन था Herman? क्या नाम था?
Herman.
Yeah, and then today Stubbs and Markram, bro. Incredible batting from the Sunrisers, incredible bowling, and such a convincing victory. I thought it was going to be tight game, and I'll be very honest with you. I thought it was a 50-50 match because I know Sunrisers won the qualifier, but these guys have a very good team with Klaasen and everything. But Klaasen's wicket and the whole game changed, and it was in the pocket. Incredible performance, man. And congratulations to the team. Markram, captain, back-to-back titles. Too good.
Yeah, but I just hope in Hyderabad, if he's still the captain, he can convert some of the luck over there because I mean IPL, yes, it's a different level, but जैसा आप बोले कि Sunrisers की जो team है in the South African League, it's not that strong. काफी पुराने, they have more or less the same players that they retained. They didn't buy anyone specially new. And it's वही team आप देखो last year भी जीते और ये साल level up हो गया. It's not like it's the same. Last time it was like one or two teams that stepped up. Joburg Super Kings थे, Pretorius Capital थे. They were, but this time the season was very intense. It was much more competitive. Durban Super Giants, Zabardast वापस से guy, Pal Royals थे उनके साथ. And it became very close towards the end. But जिस तरीके and शुरू में भी Sunrisers they lost a couple of wickets up front. It didn't look like the best of start. फिर उसके बाद जो Abel and Herman का partnership हुआ उसके बाद then the way Markram played with Stubbs, I think fantastic 200 की.
Even this year the personnel changed a bit. Last time आपको याद है उन्हें right-handed था एक opener उन्हें नहीं दिखा मेरे को.
Adam Rosington.
Van der Merwe नहीं दिखा मेरे को.
He was in the season, but consistently नहीं खेला.
Like I mean, he didn't start right, and but they still had Dawson. He was the left hand. They had Herman who would play that role of attacking opening batsman. So overall, मेरे हिसाब से that they have a proper system there. That even if there's 2-3 players, they're replacing them, and they have 4 core players. I would say Stubbs is there, Markram is there, Janssen is there. And these guys are basically now, Bartman, they can work around him, they can work around Worrell, but incredible team effort, man. They've done so well in the last 2 seasons, and if you asked me before both seasons, I didn't think they would win, but
No
crazy
one,
stuff.
I think if you look at paper, no one thought, because the team that the Durban Super Giants have, they have like Decock, they have this, that, and Par Royals has Josh Butler, a few others. Like they are, yes, Markram is there. It's not a few, like they're not someone that you say, "Arey bhai, ye team mein in lege chale jayenge match पे stuff."
Huh.
Or Tristan Stubbs again is a gamble, right? You never know if he's going to perform or not. But today, the way he performed, you didn't exceed a lot of that in the season, right? तो
Yeah.
मेरे हिसाब से इट्स जस्ट
See,
फैंटास्टिक.
look,
बेकार टीम है, बोल रहे विनय भाई का प्रेटोरियस कैपिटल तो नीचे फिफ्थ में है, तो उन्होंने तो बोलना भी नहीं, और दिल्ली कैपिटल्स तो जानी तो अब उन्होंने दिल्ली के है कि चेन्नई के, वो भी आज तक क्वेश्चन है, तो मेरे को तो मालूम नहीं.
Vinay, Boro, you're happy, class and field. This is the problem with Arsenal fans. They're so focused on Thierry Henry, because of the
Yeah.
Cabo to Golden Trophy, Invincibles, that,
Era, yeah.
you don't understand that no player is bigger than the club. Like, as a
Yeah.
United fan, you understand that David Beckham, the greatest player at that time, he was thrown, usko head drive maar ke nikale. Cristiano Ronaldo left, Van Nistelrooy left, all the Roy Keane, usko to chappal maar ke nikale. He was crazy. So it is a
Ronaldo
bit-
came back and left. He came back and left.
So, like, yes, you're happy he failed today because he's not in your team, right? It's not like Arsenal, it's not like the NBA. You can't just, like, we don't follow. You can if you want.
Not like you went from Arsenal, you started supporting Barcelona, where Henry went there. Yeah, if you're like, ऐसा नहीं चलता भाई, हमला जो है वो ऐसे रहता
मैं
है.
आज विनय को दे रहा हूँ बिकॉज मेरे को मालूम है उन्हें डॉन पे चढ़ जाता था अगर सनराइजर्स लॉस. दैट्स व्हाई he got to take the cooking, bro. Today he can't do anything. Tomorrow is a new day. He can say whatever he wants, but today he's got to take the cooking.
Tomorrow,
Right,
I think we'll all be more united.
you have to
because
teach him. Look, before also you couldn't take cooking. Now you can take. So you have to teach him how to.
I'm just saying tomorrow we'll all be more united because India is going to play Australia and the under-19. अभी से stress हो रहा है उसका, था a lot of photos around.
बस stress सही में बोलो stress हो रहा.
Stress because भाई अपन तो follow कर रहे keenly, right? We're watching that. I'm
पहली
watching
बार
that.
stress हो रहा है क्या under 19 World Cup में?
Yeah, मैं तो because I never watched शुभमन के टाइम पे, इन लोगों के टाइम पे लाइट था, अरे पुट्टे कौन है, अब मालूम है ये पुट्टे कौन है और क्या कर
मजा आ
सकते
रहा
हैं.
मगर नहीं.
It's fun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like आप जब देखते हैं talent को under 19 में, now you know what's coming in the future, so it's going to be fun to see. But yes, under 19 का वर्ल्ड कप का फाइनल कल है, बट आज हम लोग का दिन है, आज ऑरेंज डे है. लोग चॉकलेट डे, रोज डे, प्रपोज डे, क्या की मना रहे हैं, हम ऑरेंज डे मना रहे हैं भाई हैदराबाद के तरफ से.
That's Valentine's Day, bro. That's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's a leading up to days to Valentine's Day, chocolate day, propose day, क्या क्या की रहता है. आज ऑरेंज डे है, आज ऑरेंज डे है. So we're celebrating orange day. Stubbs played like Bisla for KKR कहते हैं.
I mean, the way you remember Bislav when he smashed it in the final. But yeah, I think Stubbs. Look, I really rate the guy. Not, a lot of people are criticizing him because उसको consistency वो नहीं आ रही. मैं उसका एक innings देखा था इंग्लैंड में T20 मैच में, इंटरनेशनल मैच था. I think 2 या 3 साल पहले फेस्ट, and he caught my eye then, and I thought this guy's a lot of potential. Of course, he didn't show the consistency over the last 2 years, but today again we've seen glimpses. Even in this tournament, I think there's a few good innings that he played, and he's a very talented player. Who just scoop khela aaj with a lot of confidence, and he's the future for South Africa. Along with Devol Brevis, I won't forget him also. I know that he had a season to forget kind of for Mumbai, for MI Cape Town. Lekin these two are going to be the future for South Africa.
Yeah, that's definitely there. And again, like Marco Jansen and Aiden Markham also, they look very good. I mean, I can't wait to see them in Hyderabad. I'm just too excited right now. And then again, Pat Cummins. अब यही है कि Pat Cummins को कैप्टनसी देती. काव्या मैडम तो जो नाच रहे थे यार, टीम वेरी हैप्पी आफ्टर द एंड ऑफ द ईयर, ये भयन के भाता.
नहीं, मैं इसलिए आपको पूछ रहा था वो टाइम पे कि मार्करम को निकालेंगे क्या. But you had valid reasons at that time. But again, the topic, because of recency bias भी रहता, right? So then again that question comes up कि भाई
बस वही है कि वो 20 करोड़ रुपए देख के आप कैप्टनसी कैसा नहीं देते बोल के रहता वही, right? आप 20 crores का प्राइस टैग, वर्ल्ड कप, WTC and all of these things. I'm saying yes, Marco Jansen has proven it in this format and in these within these same क्या बोलते हैं franchises.
ऐसा क्यों सोच रहे? मिचेल स्टार्क को तो ज्यादा पैसे मिल रहे हैं, उसको थोड़ी कैप्टन बनाएंगे.
But captain है नहीं ना, like Pat Cummins, this is a captain. It's like he's coming from that field, right? He's coming from that what do you call it?
But
mindset.
I think, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I think देखो आपके पास, जैसा मैं हर वक्त बोलता हूँ, वॉलेट में उतने पैसे थे तो आप खर्चे, and you're paying for his bowling and batting as well. I think you're paying more for that captaincy. Of course, you can give it to him. There's no harm in it. The problem is if you give Markram the captaincy and he loses the first 2-3 games, उसको निकाल देंगे captaincy से and Cummins, उसको pressure बहुत रहेगा. So maybe you just give it to Cummins straight. And अगर उल्टा हुआ, it's okay because Cummins is still like more experienced. I mean, he's won more for his team, so he'll be a bit more confident even if he loses a few games. But I really like Markram. And did Markram get catch of the tournament? Vin is asking. I'm not sure,
He
but
should
I
have.
think
The
we
way
saw
that catch was fantastic,
no
and that was
hesitation.
something as well. I was good that their fielding was very, very good this year as well. They, a few catches that we saw, even the cotton bowled by Dawson was it? The cotton
Dawson,
bowl that
yeah.
he threw all the way to the wicketkeeper. That
You
was
really like that
fantastic.
catch, huh?
Yeah, because उतना उतना माइंड रहना क्या पकड़ के कंट्रोल में लाने से पहले आप विकेट कीपर के में फेंक देना वो बहुत कम लोग सोच सकते थे जल्दी टाइम में राइट सो इट्स लाइक रिएक्शन टाइम प्लस हैविंग द एबिलिटी टू बी calm and composed to do that.
बिल्कुल.
So yeah, it's going to be fun to see what they manage to do next year. But yes, it's good start for Hyderabad, the Sunrisers franchise per se. In this year 2024, now we just move towards the IPL. See what Uncle Pat, Vanindu Hasaranga, a lot of other new faces that are going to come to the Hyderabad camp, and hopefully they can take this mindset into the IPL. But yeah, so
Yeah.
well, a fantastic tournament again. Like you said, crowds को appreciate करना कि the way they came in numbers. Every game, I think the crowd was pumping. It was fun to
Yeah,
watch
incredible.
a lot. And I mean, yes, you see international scene for South Africa थोड़ा बैठ गया, but domestically it has given a lot of more interest to people in the game of cricket. So that's what it's fun to see कि भाई them do this thing, right? I think whatever they did, I know it's for money and stuff, but at the end of the day, they made it a lot more interesting by playing and putting out their heart in the
Yeah,
whole
and
tournament.
देखो आपको वो तो like unfortunately or fortunately cricket is heading that way. It's heading to the franchise model. पैसे ज़्यादा है आपको like marketing wise, TV broadcast wise, everything. It just makes they're making a lot of money in that sense. So it's heading in that direction. But at least like you said in this tournament in particular in South Africa, backing बहुत अच्छी थी, crowds बहुत अच्छा रहते, हर crowd, especially the Sunrisers. I was very impressed because I'm used to Sunrisers fans supporting the other team, especially when it's a big team. But over here, they were backing every single player, whether that was Worrell. Worrell plays for Australia. Like he's not even a local guy or anything like that. But he's Australian, and then you're still going behind him. You're still backing him. You're backing Abel. You're backing Malan. All these guys who are foreigners too. So I really like that. And against Quinton de Kock, against Klaassen,
Yeah.
against Rabada. I really like that, and yeah, Sarfaraz starting in the next. If Rahul, we'll get to that now in 5 minutes. Vinay, just stay with us. Congratulations to Qatar. They
Yeah,
won
yeah,
the Asia
yeah.
Cup. Three
Three
penalties.
penalties, man. Three penalties, and that's what it is. Messi ki World Cup bhi up out mein. I'm just joking, but like, man, that was dodgy, man. Three penalties, ekdam se. But I mean, yeah,
But
congratulations to them.
I saw the first two penalties; they were penalties. So I was
Yeah, yeah,
there to check that. I don't know the third one क्या था, but the two
yeah.
were
No, no,
penalties.
it was, yeah,
So
yeah.
नहीं because मेरे को भी doubt आया, मैं बोला ये क्या हो गया भाई. So I know where you're coming from, but yeah, the first two were penalties. I didn't see the third one, but I'm sure that was a penalty too.
But yeah, a very good cup. The AFC was amazing to watch.
Not as good as the AFCON, baby.
No,
Tomorrow is
AFCON is
the
the yeah. We're going to come to that.
oh my
But
God.
tomorrow is the fight.
No,
I'm saying
I
under 19
can't
side by
even.
side. Side by side is going to be this man. Like it's going to
कल
be
तो
proper.
11 बजे मैच AFCOन
Yeah,
का. मेरे
AFCON
टाइम से,
cover
आपके टाइम से 1:30 रात में आप
1:30 in
आराम
the
से देख
night.
सकते
Yeah,
हैं. Yeah.
on
पहले तो इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया
fan
का
code.
है. Can Eastern Cape beat Hyderabad? That's a very good question.
Yeah, and that's a very good answer. That if they take Markram and Janssen, then but we'll have Klassen. Uh, I mean, it'll be a very good battle. But
Yeah, I
the
mean, if
way
you give Hyderabad class in and you,
where is it going? Where is it going to be played depends on that.
yeah, Hyderabad doesn't have good local players. They never had good local batsmen. I mean, they did. They
Indian,
just didn't perform.
Indian, yeah. We had KL
Yeah.
Rahul as well, man. We
आपके
had
पास
KL.
राहुल था, आपके पास Rahul Tripathi. He's done well previously for other franchises. Mayank Agarwal was amazing for Punjab.
Yeah.
Manish Pandey तो भूल जा, but he's won 2 titles, right?
Mayank Agarwal, तो yeah, like अब तो उसकी surgery हो गई. Hopefully, he comes back quickly. But we saw him last year. He was
Pandey won
like
2 titles, no Fez, with KKR.
with KKR. Yes, RCB में एक final था उन्हें. He lost that
हाँ,
final though.
वहाँ पे 100 मारा उन्हें, वो डेक्कन चार्जर्स के अगेंस्ट. So I mean, we've had good Indian batters. They just have not performed to the expectations.
Yeah, we had decent. We could have made much more better.
Yuvraj
talent,
Singh.
but, yeah. Now Abhishek Sharma is a very good talent. I think Abhishek Sharma
Yeah,
बहुत अच्छा
you had,
batsman है.
I mean, you've had in the past
Yeah,
also.
but in terms of star power, yes, we haven't had like since Rohit Sharma was probably the last star because KL Rahul when he came, people didn't know who he was.
And
So I
UP
agree
was
with
past his prime.
Yeah, I agree with what Karthik bhai says ke bhai we didn't have anyone who Virat like crowd puller kabhi nahi tha हमारे पास एक Indian batsman में. I would give that to him. Yeah, LSG have signed Shamar Joseph as Mark Wood's replacement. Shamar Joseph also was in the PSL, but I think he pulled out due to his injury, if I'm not wrong. He is with Bobby's team, and I
Yeah,
think
Zilmi.
उसको injury की वजह से sideline हो गया उधर, but yeah, he's been signed as thing. चलो कहीं तो खुशी मिली भाई हमारे पास ऑलरेडी खुशी है दो ट्रॉफी है डेक्कन चार्जर्स में एक हैदराबाद 2015 so
Yeah, I mean,
हमारे पास खुशी
Sunrisers
है
have won now 3
and we've
trophies.
been in three finals we've been in three finals
Sunrisers? Deccan
yeah in
Chargers.
18 Sunrisers 2 Deccan Chargers 1.
Yeah, that's very good, man. Will Hyderabad make Markram or Cummins as captain? Abid bhai पूछ रहे अरे long
That is
time
the
भाई.
biggest question भाई अमित कुमार जो हमारा सर खुजा रहे because will it ultimately come down कि आप पैसों के ऊपर कैप्टनसी रख रहे हैं या आप काबिलियत पे भी है नहीं बोलो पैट कमिंस पे नहीं है बट प्रेशर ज्यादा आ जाता है जो प्राइस टैग 20 करोड़ रुपए का है और कैप्टन मटेरियल पैट कमिंस जैसा लेवल है सो विल यू मेक दैट और यूसी मार्करम का भी रेज्यूमे उतना बुरा नहीं है हिलवन साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ हिलवन सनराइजर्स ईस्टर्न के साथ दो एंड
I think it is what you're comfortable with. मेरे हिसाब से the price tag you should ignore. Don't need to worry about it. आ क्या होना price tag मतलब it's like भाई like at the end of the day there are 11 players. You choose what is best for your franchise. I can give you 40 crores, but that doesn't mean I have to give. I just give you 40 crores for one specific skill also. It depends on the situation, right?
True, but again, it's like आप एक एसेट खरीद रहा वो एसेट का पूरा यूटिलाइजेशन करना चाहिए राइट लाइक अब मैं 20 करोड़ की अगर जमीन करा 20 करोड़ की वैल्यूएशन रख के दिमाग में मैं उसको हर एंगल से यूटिलाइज करूंगा वो जमीन को तो
मगर
मैं
भाई
अगर
आप
20 करोड़ दे रहा हूँ एक स्किल के साथ मैं कैप्टनसी भी देखूंगा मैं उसके he should give me
Right, but once he's on the field, he's already contributing to the as cap. He can contribute. He can talk with the captain.
Again like
I
that's
don't
the
think the captain, you don't need to pay for captaincy. I think batting, bowling, skill है. Think अब captaincy जो भी है, you just pick the who you think is the better captain. I think they're both good captains.
If you don't make it an issue जैसा आप बोले बहुत easily कर ले सकते like if because we know Pat Cummins was very light
like Rohit Sharma is a big player, right? उसने तो नहीं है
उसके साथ तो चल रहा आज उन्हें एक फोटो डाल दिया उनकी बेगम को बोले always by my side
always by my side yeah
तो वो बेचारों के साथ तो कुछ बड़ा आप देख लो it's like having like a Mahendra Singh Dhoni on the field and not giving him captaincy and like saying कि भाई and then I mean it's just a little hard to digest for some people but like I can understand
honestly I don't think it's a big deal just whoever they want to make captain they're both good captains you pick one it's about the unit coming out and performing man like like I understand Warner was a very good captain Gilchrist was a very good captain but you had contributions from Ben Cutting you had contributions from Shoaib Makhsusi from Harmeet Singh these guys everyone contributed so you need people to contribute also I think that is also very important अगर आके मनीष पांडे 50 बॉल में 20 रन मारेगा तो आप किसी को भी कप्तान बना दो वार्नर वाज कैप्टन दैट टाइम राइट उसको निकाल दिए इट्स नॉट हिज फॉल्ट डायरेक्टली
बट वही आई थिंक वही है कि भाई बिग लेवल पे अगर आप देखो ऑन इंटरनेशनल स्टेज अगर आप मार्कम और पैट कमिंस को तोले सो इट्स जस्ट आई थिंक हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू टेक द कैप्टनसी थिंग राइट लाइक अगर मैं कहना पैट अब मेरे काम उसमें का पैट कमिंस है इट्स लाइक सेइंग मेरे पास मेरी टीम में धोनी है बट मैं किसी और को यंगस्टर को कैप्टन बना रहा हूं बट धोनी यार वी नो व्हाट इज केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग इट्स द सेम थिंग विद पैट कमिंस अरे भाई एक साल में वर्ल्ड कप WTC एशेस हर चीज जीत लिया एंड उसकी वैल्यूएशन इतनी हाई प्रॉब्ली थोड़ा केस उसके फेवर में चले जाता नॉट सेइंग कि मार्कम कैन गेट अस टू विक्ट्री बट इट्स जस्ट हाउ द people will look at it I think that's the only way
Faiz I also won't be surprised आप पैसों के बारे में बात करें I won't be surprised if Pat Cummins gets benched for a few games and rested आप जितना भी पैसा डाले आप उस पे I won't be surprised sometime you might use Marco Jansen because आप यहाँ पे नहीं फंसना that आप इतना पैसे डाल रहे तो हर गेम खेलना I understand that's what they're going to do I understand that is the Indian model that's the IPL model I completely understand it but if you're looking to win like you have to also preserve your bowlers and also utilize your squad to good effect because IPL is बहुत जल्दी turnover रहता so I'm not saying Pat Cummins should miss every game or anything like that but there are certain times when you might have to pull him out and play a Jansen there might come a time
ट्रेडिशनली जो आप आईपीएल में देख रहे हो जितने भी प्राइस टैग वाले बंदे रहे हैं वो हमेशा खेलते गए सो दैट इज द ओनली
हमेशा फेल होते हैं
और फेल होते हैं वो सेकेंडरी बट पैसा में लगाया उन्हें खेलना वैसा सिचुएशन है
आप देख लो उनटकट जब उसको इतना पैसा डाले फेल हुआ द ओनली टाइम ही प्लेड वाज अंडर लाइक धोनी दैट पुणे थिंग जब उसको इतने पैसे नहीं मिले जिसको भी पैसे मिलते उन्हें कौन था अभी अपना ही लड़का हैरी ब्रुक फेल हुआ
तो बेचारा प्रेशर में आ गया अपने वालों से
whenever you go think Yuvraj Singh when he was in RCB he got a huge price tag failed we came to Sunrisers and think he won So that is the thing, and that is the problem, because what you're saying, you have to play, you have to have the biggest role, you have to be the captain, you have to be thing. It fails. That's why I'm saying you have to let it go. I'm not. If you're the franchise owner or if you're the management, that's where you have to be a bit smarter.
वही
But it's
like
not
वही
gonna happen. I know, but you have to be like that's
ट्रेडिशनली वैसा सिस्टम बना दिया अपने पास के
yeah.
ठीक है शेन भाई बोले चलो कहीं खुशी मिल गई फ्रेंचाइज ओनर्स को दिल दुखता था बहुत स्पेशली उस लेडी के लिए ओए होए वो लेडी काव्या के लिए
Kavya.
काव्या मैडम आज थोड़े बहुत खुश हो गए बट नहीं आई थिंक अगर आप एज अ फ्रेंचाइज सनराइजर्स को देखो they've done good business and they've done remarkably well for like being a 7-8 year old franchise नहीं उससे ज्यादा ही हो गया होगा आई थिंक 10 11 12 साल हो गए होंगे सॉरी बट
भाई
द
हाँ
फैक्ट
11 साल हो गए
हाँ
हाँ
11 साल हो गए होंगे बट द फैक्ट इज दैट वी ऑलरेडी one final with Warner one final with Williamson तो not a bad way and then two back to back SA20 so as a franchise अगर आप देखो yes they're building well and but they don't make the best decisions in the shopping area but चलो I mean it's a good thing for the
yeah.
Markwood
Also like
injured
I said,
yeah I think
they have the biggest purse every single time when they go
yeah
to
we
the
yeah
auction.
पैसे बचाते
That's why
हैं
you can spend 15 on Ramohari Shapur, you can spend 20 on Cummins, because आपके पास सबसे बड़ा पर्स रहता.
Hyderabad has too many overpaid and underpaid players. It's sad Klassen earning less than Mayank Agarwal, Markram earning less than Abdul Samad. Yeah, I mean देखो ये तो because foreign versus domestic rule है IPL में हद से ज्यादा right आप 4 से ज्यादा खिला नहीं सकते तो आप why would you pay for I know you would pay for these assets in Klassen and Markram and but again you would rather want Mayank Agarwal and Abdul Samad because you don't have a lot of Indian batsmen that can play at that level maybe so I think वैसा problem की वजह से भी Indians
Yeah.
automatically get overpaid, right? So वो हिसाब से अगर आप सोचे तो it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense. Like I understand कि भाई Markram and Klassen अगर अब आप auction में डाले तो they'll probably go for higher value.
Plus, we forgot another amazing Indian batsman we had, Shikhar Dhawan.
Oh yeah, Shikhar Dhawan, yeah, he was fantastic.
He
उन्हें तो
was
बहुत
amazing.
अच्छा था वो starting
Yeah,
में तो
because like the thing is like a lot of big franchises take the main Indian players who ज़्यादा बचता नहीं, but also the players that you have they need to step up now. Like Rahul Tivatia, look how he stepped up for Gujarat.
Yeah.
He won like half the games for them, like in one of those seasons where they made the finals and won. So like you need your players to step up. Shubman Gill, like of course they have him and everything, but there are also underrated. There is Indian players that you don't expect who come and step up. इसको ही देख लो विजय शंकर उन्हें देखो
विजय
लास्ट
बोलने
और
वाला था
हमारे
विजय
लिए
शंकर
कैसा खेला आप ही देख लो लाइक इतना फर्क था तो लाइक
साहा को देख लो अपने साथ कैसा खेला उधर का खेल
yeah like I mean one season he played really good for us
yeah
but apart from that yeah like you see that's the situation which were
Hanuma
overseas
Vihari
yeah in playing 11 in Hyderabad this year according to you guys
Travis Head for sure for both of us I think
yeah
Pat Cummins Marco
yeah
नहीं Markram and Klassen
yeah but I think that you can switch you can bring in Phillips
Marco yeah you can bring in
you can
Hasaranga
bring in Marco you can bring Hasaranga you have to like because use your squad man you have some
you need
crazy
to so for Hyderabad के success के लिए they need to play according to the pitch and the condition लखनऊ में आप जाके Pat Cummins it either play Marco Jansen who can slower bowl it and also whether Vanendu Hasaranga will spin it so लखनऊ की track जो traditionally slow है I think they need to play according to the pitches and the conditions. That's going to be very important.
Yeah, just be a bit smart in your team selection. That doesn't mean you have to keep switching it. Sometimes you can stick to the same 11 to give that rhythm. मगर थोड़ा smart रहना जैसा Faiz बोले थोड़ा सा horses for courses.
Okay, they played Harry Brook majority of the game last year because of that price tag. But
Exactly.
Harry Brook is very promising. Unfortunate, we didn't get. I'll not be shocked. I don't know, Mustafa. Even you won't be shocked if Harry Brook has a fantastic season this
भाई
year.
पूरन के साथ तो हुआ दबा के दिया है वो भी
It's
हैदराबाद में
something with
आके
this
दिया
management, man. It's something with this management. कि कोई भी यहाँ से छोड़ के जा रहा हूँ वहाँ भाई पुरन तो मेरे सामने जो मारा है हैदराबाद को like it's sad to see and like I was devastated.
Was it sad?
भाई it was sad like the way he smashed it. मैं अजहरुद्दीन स्टैंड में था और ऊपर थर्ड फ्लोर
क्या
पे था
आवाज आ रही थी वो दिन ठा ठा
भाई अभी तक बज रहा मेरे कान में this should be Hyderabad they did what best they did on an auction table they have had Cummins Klassen Markram Hasaranga and good they have a balanced side I would say it's not hard to find the balance in this team but inexperience in the domestic circuit ज़्यादा Indian and inexperienced both रहता है and that's usually the case with what do you call Sunrisers but कहीं ना कहीं जो foreign players आते हैं उनला handle करे David Warner जब तक था Williamson was a very good middle order asset for us he won us a lot of matches in Rashid Khan जब हमारे पास स्पिनर था he was fantastic तो कहीं ना कहीं जो foreign players Sunrisers खरीदते हैं उन पे निर्भर ज़्यादा रहती the squad for the victories and inspiration mostly.
Yeah, and the top quality players. Sometimes it's those players who take you to the playoffs. It happened with
Yeah.
Warner. He took us to the playoffs multiple times.
And
Reece Williams, he took us to a final without Warner at that time.
Warner, yeah, and Abhit Kumar also had a very good one. Markande, this guy is a fantastic spinner. Like what we saw last year, भाई बहुत जबरदस्त खेला था उन्हें. A few games he took us like 2-3 wickets.
बेहतरीन भाई,
जबरदस्त
हम
था.
लोग लाइव उसको जब देखे,
Yeah,
मैं बोला क्या डाल
yeah,
रहा उन्हें. आई थिंक वी बोथ पॉइंटेड
yeah,
आउट कि दिस
yeah.
गाय इज really surprised us. I
Fantastic.
mean, I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
him in Mumbai, I've seen him in Rajasthan also, मगर जो सनराइजर्स के लिए परफॉर्मेंस करा, I think कमाल का परफॉर्मेंस था. Unfortunately, अपने इंडियन बैट्समैन especially and also Markram, Harry Brook didn't bat and deliver. It was just class and hitting.
Hyderabad again
मगर
had Rohit Sharma
surprises, Faiz, before we
go to India.
I want to talk about this guy, man. The Indian squad, also the Test
Yeah,
squad.
last few questions that was cleared and go to India. Hyderabad again had Rohit Sharma. He performed well. Yeah, Rohit Sharma का तो मेरे को हमेशा से याद रहेगा. तो वे उन्हें आके एंड में पैडल मार के सिक्स मार रहा, जबरदस्त. 4 ओवरसीज प्लेयर्स कौन खेलेंगे? लाइक वी सेड, ट्रैविस हेड, आई थिंक एडन मार्करम, हेनरिक क्लार्सन एंड पैट कमिंस, जॉनसन विल स्विच, आई थिंक. हसरंगा भी एसआरएच में, लंका प्रीमियर लीग में वो लीडिंग विकेट टेकर है, लीडिंग रन को वो इसलिए पिच के हिसाब से खेलना पड़ेगा. एंड भूवी इज स्टिल देयर. सो या, यू हैव गुड बैलेंस. You can make a lot happen for Sunrisers. They can come into the playoff easily. But knowing how Sunrisers is traditionally अपने पाँव पे कुल्हाड़ियाँ मार लेते हैं बेवकूफा, यूजुअली वो प्रॉब्लम रहता है Sunrisers का. कुछ तो भी बेवकूफी कर देते, जल्दी आते हुए collapse हो जाते. And yeah, but I'm expecting this season Abhishek Sharma to
Indian
try
players
this
must, yeah, Indian players are problem. Like bowlers and batsmen. Bhuvi, fastest prime, Natarajan,
Natarajan.
Umran Malik inconsistent. Your bowling is Indian bowlers and your Indian batsmen. Mayank Agarwal inconsistent. Abhishek Sharma immature sometimes. Abdul Samad not living up to his talent.
Potential.
The Tripathi maybe
Yeah.
passing his prime also. तो यही problem है आपका. Indian players inconsistent है. अगर उन लोग contribute करें तो फिर बहुत ज्यादा रहेंगे, अच्छा रहेगा.
Yeah, but overall जबरदस्त टूर्नामेंट था SA20 का. मजा आ गया ये देखने में. अब PSL WPL आने वाला है shortly. We'll cover that as well. But on to the big news of the day. Shreyas Iyer stiff back groin injury out of the series. Rajat Patidar and Sarfaraz keep their spot. Siraj is back into the squad, so all the speculation that we were talking about, that's gone. Finally, Siraj is back in the squad. And a good call out to Akash Deep from the Ranji circuit after his performance in the Indian Lions tour.
And RCB.
And RCB, yeah.
He's the RCB guy, right? Akash
Yeah,
Deep?
he's RCB, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Shreyas Iyer apparently can't play more than 30 balls. Then he has some back injury. I don't know what it is, man. But
in the World Cup, आपको याद होगा ना, टॉस के टाइम पे स्टिफ बैक हो गया था, उसको फिर बैठा दिए थे. टॉस पे रोहित शर्मा अनाउंस करा था, उसको स्टिफ बैक हो गया था. हिज बैक वाज स्टिफ.
वो वर्ल्ड कप के मैच में था. वो
वर्ल्ड कप के मैच, एशिया कप या वर्ल्ड कप, वन ऑफ द
एशिया कप में हुआ था. हाँ,
एशिया कप में टॉस में. यार
नहीं, उसको है प्रॉब्लम. उसको है, he has a back issue and he has to, that's why maybe you have to play more 5-day cricket to improve your fitness. I don't know what it is, man. But these guys, India's under pressure right now. I mean, no Virat Kohli, no Shreyas Iyer, two experienced batsmen. KL Rahul,
subject to fitness, him and Jadeja.
Yeah, they have an asterisk next to the name. Unka pata nahi. I think England, man, if they're looking at this is they need to. They should be thinking this is our best chance to win a series in India after 10 years. This is the best chance because we have India under pressure. There's injuries there are concerns. There is inexperience now in that batting lineup. Agar Sarfaraz, Patidar dono khelte, they can put pressure on those two guys. Now also the Indian bowlers, we don't know if Jadeja will be fit or not. So then you can put pressure on Akshar Patel. That second seamer, if it's not Siraj, you can put pressure on him like they did on Mukesh. So मेरे हिसाब से कि right now the pressure is on India. It took them so long to announce the squad. Every day एक हफ्ते से भाई बोल रहे हैं कि squad announce करो. अभी तक हुआ नहीं. आज सुबह में हुआ. It was a very random time. But yeah, it looks like India is under pressure, but it makes it a very exciting series. It makes it even more exciting right now.
Yeah, Ibrahim, I think Iyer has dropped. He cleared fitness test and back and groin is not an issue. But वही है, अगर आपको याद है एशिया कप के बाद भी एकदम से अक्षर पटेल को इंजर्ड करार दिया था और बोले थे वो थोड़े दिन में वापस आ जाएंगे. हालांकि परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी थी, but he got dropped for the Asia Cup, right? And then उसकी जगह तिलक. So
in Asia Cup they said that he was injured. Here they're not. Yeah. They didn't say apparently.
They said he's injured because stiff back बोला था and groin injury बोले थे. That's what was written on Cricinfo or one of the articles that I read. stiff back, groin injury, and then that's what I sent you, and I said, "Are you injured kar diye, like injured ho gaya?" And I sent that on Instagram
No,
or something.
but when they announced the squad, I think they
Then they
didn't
didn't
say
say
that.
it. They didn't say it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that time they didn't say injury,
so they
but
indicated he's dropped.
yeah, in cricket for it's written that it is due to a back. Like we know that he's been insuring back spasms. Back spasm बोल के लिखा हुआ है
But look,
cricket
I'm
for.
not surprised with that. Like we've seen
Yeah,
already what BCCI do. I'm not surprised with that. I mean, I think clearly
dropped him.
they've dropped him if this is the case, because I just remembered I was reading somewhere कि they didn't mention injury. पहले कुछ आ रहा था कि 30 balls नहीं खेल सकता ये वो, but they dropped him, and I think they pissed off because Ranji Trophy का भी उन्हें उतना नहीं खेला. I don't know what the issue is, but if he's dropped or whatever, this is what a lot of people wanted. So fine, like now let's see how the other guys, what the other guys do. I think 50% of the Indian crowd wanted Shreyas Iyer to be dropped and
So
calling for his head.
somewhere, don't you think this is a little fair for the other people opportunity wise?
Fair, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
of course. Yeah, but it also put pressure. It also puts
yeah,
pressure
100%.
because अब आप देख लिया, अगर अय्यर ड्रॉप हो गया तो कोई भी ड्रॉप हो सकता, सरफराज भी हो सकता, पाटीदार भी हो सकता. पुट्स अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर. नाउ इट इज वेरी की आप एक एनवायरनमेंट बनाओ अंदर की, आप बैक करो एंड ऑफ द सीरीज तक. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि you have to play forcefully Sarfaraz, or have to forcefully Patida, but back them, like give them the confidence. If they're playing, give them the confidence. If they're not playing, give them the confidence. It's very important now because ये नाजुक situation है, especially with key players not there. If Iyer has dropped, fair enough. Like I mean, a lot of people were calling for his drop, and rightly so. He was not informed. You clearly were not happy with the selection. So here you go. Now it's on Sarfaraz, it's on thing, and I'm not putting pressure on them. I'm saying ki I'm happy. Like it's good that they now if they get the thing, but if they don't perform, don't be harsh on them because there is pressure. Like there is a lot of
yeah,
pressure.
100%. I think they'll all understand. But that's one thing, right? Like अगर even if they don't perform now, what we've usually seen, गायब हो जाते हैं पुट्टे से, फिर गायब हो जाते हैं, उनको चांस दिया तो एक चांस भाई
नहीं
आप
करना
जैसे
चाहिए वो, मैं वही
केएल
बोल रहा
राहुल
हूँ.
और श्रेयस अय्यर को करे, आप उन लोगों को इतना लंबा रस्सी दिए 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 तब जाके उन लोग थोड़े बहुत they started blooming, right? You water the plants and they start blooming and stuff. They don't do this. Like आप संजू सैमसन को देख लो, उन्हें तो बेचारा गायब, खजल होने तो इंजरी प्रोन है. उसके बाद ईशान किशन को छोड़ दो, उसके तो अलग मसले चल रहे हैं.
Magar Faiz, agar if I take you back, when the thing is, KL Rahul and Iyer had a big like purple patch in their prime, like when they were hitting, like especially Rahul तो उन्हें हर जगह मार रहा था. श्रेयस अय्यर भी मेरे को याद है उन्हें सेंचुरी पे सेंचुरी मार रहा था last उन्हें even in when he played in India in his debut or something, he scored a lot of runs. So that's the thing. When they had the chance, they were scoring quite a few runs. That's why you're giving them that long rope. And I'm not justifying anything, but this is the reason why they're doing it. Now with these guys, I agree with you. नहीं करना चाहिए. They have to back them even if they fail. They should give them
Like
that.
okay, चलो पर्पल पैच था, इंजरी के बाद से श्रेयस अय्यर को अगर आप देखो किधर किधर खेल लिया उन्हें. नो ही
World
came
Cup
to
में
the
देखो guys,
borders,
उसको
got
मारा
injured
उन्हें, right? उन्हें उसमें
in the
World Cup
last
में भी
couple of games. हाँ, मेरे को
World Cup
ओडीआई से प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट लाइक इन टेस्ट डोमेन अगर आप देखो फिर उन्हें फेल होते गया. साउथ अफ्रीका में कुछ नहीं करा,
नहीं.
he
टेस्ट में
got out.
आपको जो उससे पहले जो था बांग्लादेश और ये वो उन लोग मारे.
बांग्लादेश में 80 मारा था, उसके बाद उन्हें इंजर होके चले गया था. बांग्लादेश में
उससे
जो इंजर हुआ था,
नहीं, उससे पहले ऑस्ट्रेलिया का खेला, फिर इंजर हुआ ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट, आई थिंक.
बॉर्डर गवास्कर में भी फिर उन्हें छुट्टी लेके चले गया
एक
था.
मारा था इनिंग्स उन्हें,
Yeah.
उसके बाद इंजर हुआ. वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, उसको जब मौका मिल रहे थे मार रहा था उन्हें. फिर अब देखो, बट आई एग्री विद यू, दे शुड ट्रांसलेट दैट टू द अदर प्लेयर्स आल्सो कि भाई.
So that is the problem what I have is आप दो लोगों को इतना अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट दे रहे हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ आप उनको वर्ल्ड कप और एशिया कप में, जो जस्टिफाई हो गया. चलो केएल राहुल को वापसी भी जस्टिफाई कर दिया. केएल राहुल अच्छा परफॉर्म करा एशिया कप में, 2-3 क्रूशियल इनिंग वर्ल्ड कप में खेला. सेम चीज श्रेयस अय्यर करा, एशिया कप में तो उतना परफॉर्म नहीं करा, बट वर्ल्ड कप में टुवर्ड्स द एंड जो उन्हें दो टीमों को, नेदरलैंड्स को 100 मारा था, उसके बाद श्रीलंका को मारा था, न्यूजीलैंड के अगेंस्ट भी मारा था, राइट. तो जस्टिफाई कर दिया आप उनकी, जाके उनको वापसी उनको बैक करे अगेंस्ट ऑल ऑड्स. यू जस्टिफाइड योर पॉइंट. सिमिलरली अगर आप दूसरों लोगों को भी आउटलेट है तो प्रेशर नहीं रहेगा किसी पे, फियर ऑफ फेलियर नहीं रहेगा, फियर ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस नहीं रहेगा. बट आप वो चीज दूसरों को नहीं दे रहे, सो देयर इज नो कोर टीम दैट इज गोइंग टू बी सेटल्ड इन द टेस्ट डोमेन एटलीस्ट. ओडीआई में तो आप कर लिए बिकॉज रोहित शर्मा एंड द्रविड apparently had the talk that they want to have a core team which included Siraj, which included Bumrah, which included these guys who are there. So that's what Rohit Sharma told them to do. But towards the test, you see, there's not that sort of core.
But like you have to. I think if you see, like before the same thing you're saying now, people used to complain about Rahane and Pujara. कि why don't you give Iyer and Rahul a chance? पुजारा रहाणे कब तक चलाएंगे, कब तक चलाएंगे, कब तक चलाएंगे. I think the fact that KL Rahul, अब देखो साउथ अफ्रीका में भी उन्हें वो जबरदस्त सेंचुरी मारा. In tough conditions he scored runs. So maybe that's why they're giving the chance and everything. But yes, I agree. When you give these kids a chance, you should थोड़ा सा prolong it. Now Patidar, I will not drop him at any cost. He has to play the next game. Then we'll see what happens. He has to play. But the reason why these two have gotten this rope is because they've scored runs when they got the chance. Sanju Samson, bro, I'll tell you very honestly, Surya Kumar was much, if you see, उसको ज़्यादा delay करे थे. Sanju Samson has not knocked down the door like Surya Kumar did, and Surya Kumar still had to wait. If you remember, in 2020, he in the COVID IPL, he scored maybe 600-700 runs, and still Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri didn't pick him for that Australia series. Came back, he went domestic and everything. He scored even more runs. Came back the next IPL and scored again. Then they went and picked him. Everyone said ki Surya ko bhai, because he debuted when he was 29-30. He was much old. They could have given him. So this is a tradition in Indian cricket that it's happened under Virat Kohli. Now it's happening under Rohit Sharma ki जिसको चांस टाइम पे मिलना था नहीं मिला. मनीष पांडे को बहुत ड्रैग करे थे. आपको याद है वो टाइम पे कि मनीष पांडे को सिलेक्ट करे थे ओवर सूर्या, एंड देयर वाज नो सेंस इन दैट.
Yeah, and that guy didn't perform. But वही है ना कि भाई देखो, या तो आप ये क्राइटेरिया है कि रांची के इतने मैचेस ये लोग खेलो, फिर आप ये टीम में सोचो, वरना वो कर दो. या पॉइंट ये है कि भाई अब जैसा क्या बोलते हैं अपना कौन है यार, वो दिमाग से नाम उतर गया. बट अगर पुजारा और रहाणे को वापस लाते तो लोग थोड़े बहुत गुस्से में. आई वुडंट एग्री विद द फैक्ट कि पुजारा रहाणे का कोई नाम दिखता था मैं भी, like that would again be going back. They would get picked, but that's the thing. Like, why you going there?
People would get pissed.
Yeah, people would get pissed, and that's what they shouldn't have. And थोड़े लोग दार भी रहते शायद टीम अगर ऐसा डिले हो रही तो शायद there's a possibility of रहाणे पुजारा कमिंग बैक.
आई थिंक वो सही करे उन लोग. अगर आप देखो कि उन लोग यंगस्टर्स को बैक करे, दे बैक सरफराज, दे बैक पाटिदार. आई थिंक यू हैव टू गिव देम क्रेडिट ओवर देयर. दे कुड हैव इजीली गॉन टू पुजारा बिकॉज़ उन्हें मार रहा. आपका क्या क्राइटेरिया रणजी ट्रॉफी में रन्स मारना, उन्हें तो मार रहा वहां पे, सेंचुरीज लगा रहा सौराष्ट्र के लिए, कंसिस्टेंट खेल रहा उन्हें. बट आई थिंक दे मेड इट अ पॉइंट की नो, वी गोना बैक द यंगस्टर्स, एंड I think that's where you have to give credit to the BCCI, and hopefully they'll continue to back them. At least they've rewarded these two for their runs, and they're not going back to tried and tested. Even though, if you look at it, ideally, this is the perfect time for Pujara to come and score runs. No Virat Kohli there, nobody there. He has experience. He's played in these conditions, and he's in form. But I think वहाँ पे I will give credit to the selectors and the management कि भाई at least they've backed the youngsters.
Yeah, definitely. Iyer drop here. What kind of surface should we give in Rajkot? I think surface in Rajkot should be ideally a little bit spin friendly for India's safety, because smaller ground, if they give a flatter surface and you just see a lot of runs, and then you'll need the likes of Jasprit Bumrah again to create a miracle for you in these kind of surfaces where he's able to get. But also even Siraj is good in flatter tracks. He knows how to extract wickets. So I think थोड़े turn तो रहेगा उस पे, but ground छोटा भी है तो वो दिमाग में रखते हुए पिच करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, and I think last जो वाइजैक में था, it was a good batting surface. India won that, but like Faz said कि अगर England batting पहले करते, they made most of it, then आप थोड़ा pressure में आ सकते. There should be a bit of turn, but I think you saw the Hyderabad surface. That was a very nice. I like that. I think India should won that game. I mean, 9 out of 10 times you should be winning that game. And it's also it's a good surface because you can take wickets and you can. I like that kind of pitch. I think that's good balance. But so far, whatever pitch it is, India showed that they can take control of the test match. It's just about executing it and taking that fear out of Baz ball and everything. Because you saw second test match में भी भाई 400 रन कोई कभी भी चेस होने नहीं वाला था वो, मगर डर था कि हो सकता because of what happened in the first. So sometimes you don't play the reputation, play the surface, play the opposition rather than the talk around it and everything, and the reputation. I think whatever surface is there, I think we're looking out for a very good series. Ab series बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है.
Also given the criteria of the teams and जो India को थोड़ा बहुत setbacks with Virat Kohli, with Shreyas Iyer, with a few more people, and if they're still looking for workload management का भी चल रहा है Jasprit Bumrah का, but I don't see Jasprit Bumrah getting rested for this one, especially because ये तो जीतना जरूरी है. And देखना पड़ेगा कि भाई how they finally manage. अभी अच्छा है, there what 3-4 more days left for the test match to begin. England की भी team, Ollie Robinson is in the squad, right? Like now him coming back is a very good boost for their bowling. We know what he's capable of doing on these pitches in subcontinent regions. He managed to move the ball also away. So I think रोहित शर्मा के लिए that'll be a big challenge for the way वो जो बाबर का बॉल है आज तक मेरे दिमाग में 2023 के टेस्ट मैच में जब इंग्लैंड टूर करी थी कराची को. I think that the delivery that he got Babar Azam out bold. I think yeah, that's a very good addition to their uh, squad.
Yeah.
They have Dan Lawrence also, I think, is coming in. Yeah, Dan Lawrence here and Ollie Robinson.
Ollie Robinson, like you said, Pakistan may be on flat surfaces. He was getting wickets. He was
No,
finding ways to pick up wickets and getting the ball to
yeah.
dock a bit. Even though it was very rare, मगर उन्हें निकाल रहा था. He was getting the ball to swing as well, seam. So yeah, I think he's a very good addition. It just depends. So far, England haven't played more than one seamer. If he's the lone seamer, I still think he can handle the matter. Also, उन्हें batting भी कर लेता. तो option है उन्हें. But I think he'll do better in a two. So if it's him and Anderson or him and Wood, preferably, that would be a good pairing. Again, England will have to assess the conditions. India, now, if you tell me if Jadeja is fit, then which three spinners would you play?
I'd play Washington Sundar. Ravi, no, Washington Sundar. Sorry, wait. I think I'll traditionally be Jadeja, Ashwin, and Kuldeep. I think three spinners.
You drop Aksar.
Yeah, I drop Aksar because again, there's no point. Jadeja, Aksar, Jadeja will be the same thing. When Kuldeep Yadav, you saw that he was able to get wickets against the English players on like different surfaces, and
would you play all four and play Jadeja just as a batsman and then give him or Aksar just as a batsman and instead of Sarfaraz or instead of
No, I won't do that because I need a specialist batsman as well. Like I can't trust Jadeja to thrive, and we know Jadeja's form has been not that great. Aksar is a good asset, but again, I don't know that confidence that you'll get with a specialist batsman. It'll be different if you go to the guys.
और अगर केएल राहुल फिट नहीं है तो फिर सरफराज will be the player. I think they'll have to give him the responsibility.
Yeah, they'll have to give him that. But he knows how to get it right.
This is where I think Ishan Kishan, if he was there or Rishabh Pant was there, they would have benefited because वो KS Bharat का भी थोड़ा सा मसला हो रहा है because that's what's concerning in the batting, right? कि अगर आप KS Bharat तक पहुंच गए, I still feel like he batted decently in the first test, but second test he was poor in the second innings. So that is where the confusion is happening for India, and that is where if you had someone like a Pant would have been incredible. That would have been really helpful, and he was the key factor in that last series against England. But like I said, जो भी आपके पास है, what is available to you have to make the most of it. It's going to be a tough series. It's going to be challenging, and they have to be up for the task. They're playing at home. Yes, they're missing some big players, but I don't think that can be a question. You went and lost. You won at the Gabba with so many injuries, so you can win here as well. They have to keep a positive mindset. And
it's a mindset thing. I think more than anything, you can't panic. At any given time in any situation in any tour, आपके पास certain players available नहीं होंगे. That's always a given, right? So whatever a captain or the players, they need to take up the responsibility. कि भाई ये situation अभी है. This is how we're going to dissect it, and we're going to play according to the field. So आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि इन्हें नहीं है, विराट नहीं है, वो नहीं है. वो सब बात कि आप भी इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेटर है, आप भी ये सिचुएशन में आपको खेलना पड़ता.
Yeah, 100%. Rehan Ahmed said, we prefer you bowl 5 bad deliveries and get wickets rather than 16 good deliveries and nothing happens.
Ben Stokes के लिए he was very praiseful. Yeah, Ben Stokes.
I mean, we see both. I think it just depends on how you look at it because that is correct. But also, if you both 16 good deliveries on more often than not, you will pick up a wicket if you create that much pressure. And India showed that in the second inning, especially just Bumrah showed that. So it just depends on how you look at it. I think the main part of that statement was to show कि भाई it's okay, pite to pite, we'll keep backing you. And I think I would a lot of people who would, who have a bit less confidence, who get under pressure, they thrive under Ben Stokes' captaincy. It might not be for everyone. Like, if you have like a crazy winning mentality, you might not thrive under his captaincy because if you notice, I don't know if you
like Nasser Hussain didn't like it in the beginning. Kevin Peterson.
And if you listen to the Vaughan and Phil Tufnell podcast on the Telegraph, right? They said after the second test, they said Michael Vaughan said actually, he said, look, this is the most entertaining team to watch. It's the best team to watch right now in Test cricket. They haven't really won anything. They've drawn a series in New Zealand. They've drawn a series against Australia. They beat South Africa. They drew against India. They won that Test match to draw against India. So they really haven't won something of significance.
Yeah.
So maybe if you're like that kind of, not everyone can thrive under Ben Stokes. But I think right now he has everybody on board because they're winning games that you can't imagine, and they're playing cricket, which is so fun that even if you don't, you're not winning, you're still having fun, and you're not losing either. So it's a mixed bag. So it's a different way to look at it. It depends on what perspective you have.
I mean, see, the whole situation, if you look at it, it's because test domain mein, I mean, as an individual, Ben Stokes has match winning mentality. But in a test criteria, because it's more bilateral. Yes, अभी तक you can call him out. Say आप WTC final में आए नहीं, right? With that sort of kind of temperament. But yes, the way he's won matches, the way he's taken out matches out of very situation जो आप बोले हो गया मैच उन्हें वहां से निकाल के even in a test situation like in Leeds
I
and
think that's
also
it, right?
so
I
that's
think
quite
that's
right.
it.
So now if you take it like you said, it's how you look at the game. If you're looking at it from
One
a
second.
trophy perspective, he's not been the greatest. अगर आप trophy wise जा रहे,
1 minute.
he's not been the greatest, right? तो मेरे हिसाब से यही है कि भाई he should be able to win trophies, win the WTC, win. So then we can probably say कि हाँ भाई it's a successful kind of event. But अगर like मुसाबा is a champion mentality की होगी, but trophy में तराशेंगे आपको देखेंगे भाई आपके trophies कितने रहे, आप कितने गोल्ड्स लाए, कितने मेडल्स लाए. बट अभी तक अगर आप बेंचमार्क को ले एज एन इंडिविजुअल प्लेयर, यस इंग्लैंड को वर्ल्ड कप जिताया उन्होंने, T20 वर्ल्ड कप जिताया उन्होंने विद टू रिमार्केबल इनिंग्स एज एन इंडिविजुअल, एज अ कैप्टन अगर आप टेस्ट कैप्टनसी तराशेंगे, what would it be on the basis of what kind of cricket he had as team play, or would it be on the basis of trophy? If he's managing to win a WTC, then it's different. I think that would be remarkable. Then you could say हाँ भाई बात मेरे हिसाब से I would say कि हाँ भाई कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा बहुत ट्रॉफी मांगते as a fan, as an individual. But yes, he's brought in the mentality of cricket. I would say he's brought a new sort of क्या बोलते हैं sunrise to this टेस्ट एनवायरनमेंट कि भाई ही इज शोइंग कि भाई ऐसा भी आप खेल सकते हैं. अगर आप बहुत अच्छे स्ट्रेटेजिकली प्लान करें ऐसा बेसबॉल खेलना, यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट इट इन एनी टीम, व्हिच एवरी टीम इज डूइंग राइट नाउ. अगर आप देखो कभी इंडिया में अगर आप देखो श्रेयस अय्यर इज द वन हु एक्सेलरेट्स, रोहित शर्मा वन ऑफ दोस हु एक्सेलरेट, जायसवाल जो जैसबॉल बोल रहे हैं आजकल, ये जो नया माइंडसेट ये बेन स्टोक्स की तरफ से आया है. दिस इज व्हाट आई वुड से बेन स्टोक्स इज गिवन. बट एज अ होल अगर आप देखो, आई डोंट नो इफ ही वन अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स जस्ट माइकल वन बोले वो पॉडकास्ट पे, तो it's again how you look at the game. It's a new way revelation that is given to the game of cricket, which everybody's taking a note out of that book, right? Like everybody's taking a page out of that book and trying to implement it in their team as we speak today. So it's just like he invented a new kind of thing where you just play a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, and not fearing of कि भाई एक माहौल बनाते कि टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्लो खेलो. तो वो सिचुएशन में जस्ट गॉट लेवल अप एंड एवरीबॉडी जस्ट नाउ recognizing that and like, oh, actually we can also do this. So it's more or less like that. But India की टीम, yes, थोड़े बहुत धक्के मुक्के खाई है विराट कोहली के एब्सेंस की वजह से. काफी बातें चले, काफी चर्चे चले कि भाई विराट का ये हुआ. बट अगेन इट्स जस्ट अ पर्सनल इशू, यू गॉट रिस्पेक्टेड. श्रेयस अय्यर का we'll come to know in due time कि भाई ये 3 टेस्ट उनके बिना कैसे सर्वाइव करती है इंडिया, एंड अगर सर्वाइव करती है then what is the way back in for him? How does he get back? He is a good player. I wouldn't say he's a bad player because I was the one who said कि भाई की विकेट वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में श्रेयस अय्यर थे मेरे लिए. अगर श्रेयस अय्यर जो बैंगलोर में करे, जो मुंबई में करे, if he's able to do that in the World Cup final for us on that surface in Ahmedabad, if he would have even managed to make a 30-40 runs, it would have made a very big difference in the whole context of the game. Sierra Ayer for me was the key wicket. Yes, Virat Kohli got inside edge, but Virat had done his bit. He hit a 50. Rohit had done his bit. He played his aggressive cricket. KL became very slow because he didn't have an accelerator with him. And Surya Kumar also failed miserably. तो मेरे हिसाब से यस, श्रेयस अय्यर अच्छे प्लेयर है, गुड प्लेयर. बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं स्पिन के अच्छे प्लेयर है, बट अभी 2 टेस्ट मैचेस इसमें तो वो दिखाने अपने को. It's a good. He gets a little bit break off to sort his head out. Maybe go back and play Ranchi a bit. Then he'll probably get back into the thick scheme of things. Ishan Kishan तो अभी भी गायब है उनकी, तो I don't know if he's going to play for that Jharkhand game or not. It's going to be interesting to see actually उनका होगा क्या at the ultimate final, because इसके बाद he might not even get a chance to come into the T20 squad because खाली IPL के 4 गेम होंगे. Basis of right now, he can still get, अगर आप उनको they're going through the last 6 months of data, then yes, ईशान किशन का नाम पॉप अप तो जरूर होगा. KL भरत नहीं रहेंगे वहाँ, ध्रुव जुरेल नहीं रहेंगे, आपके प्रॉब्लम KL राहुल रहेंगे. So it'll be fun to see क्या हो जाए. Does Siraj replace Mukesh third? I think Mukesh is also in the squad, but Siraj will replace Mukesh Kumar. I think Mukesh Kumar has not had the best game last game around. He was very basic. एक विकेट पकड़ लिया, वो भी Bumrah could have taken it, but I think Siraj will come in hands down because flatter अगर surface रहेगी, मेरे हिसाब से Siraj is that kind of player who has bowled immensely amount of overs in Ranji. He knows how to get wickets on these pitches. He knows how to extract a wicket in aggression, चढ़ा के बुढ़ा के कटर्स डाल के स्विंग कराता कुछ तो भी करके उन्हें निकाल लेता विद द न्यू बॉल इस सेंचुरी हैदराबाद में ज्यादा उसके लिए न्यू ओवर्स डले दो उसके होम ग्राउंड थी उसको ज्यादा ओवर्स नहीं दी बिकॉज जरूरत नहीं पड़ी अश्विन एंड जडेजा वर थ्राइविंग ओवर देयर सो अगेन आई थिंक वो हिसाब से अगर मैं देखूं तो यस सिराज विल कम बैक into the squad. But वही है कि what do they give Bumrah rest? If it's a spin friendly, then will they go with the three spinners or four spinners also maybe. But we'll have to see. Like ultimately, what the pitch is going to tell us. Probably in another few days, we'll come to know pitch ka image release honga, so we'll come to have a better understanding. But if it's only one seamer, then I see Bumrah only playing because of what he did. Unless they're going to workload manage him and give Siraj that chance, then I don't know कि क्या होगा. What are you? You're on Manoj Tiwari tweet saying Ranji Trophy should nah, that's messed up. I didn't see the tweet, but I know Ranji Trophy अगर scrape हो गया तो फिर अब was that in relation to sarcastic comment कि भाई वहाँ से player निकल के नहीं आ रहे? I don't know if that was the case what he was saying. I didn't happen to see that tweet of Manoj Tiwari, but if that is maybe it's a sarcastic comment or maybe if he's actually saying to scrap Ranji, then there's no point. Like you'll actually need Ranji, you'll need some kind of a place where people can develop their skill to play on that level.
I think he said that because he's pissed because people weren't getting selected. But
yeah,
if you actually see, there have been like it's just taken a long time, whether it's Sarfaraz or thing. But I think जो recent में हुआ कि श्रेयस नहीं खेल रहा, रांची उसको जबरदस्ती खिलाए, ईशान किशन जाके नहीं खेल रहा, despite them telling him go play Ranji Trophy. I mean, I think that's why they're saying they're not respecting the domestic tournament and they're giving too much importance to IPL, which is he's right in his own way. I don't think you can really argue with that in that sense. I think वही है गुस्से में बोल
वही है भाई आप टीम सिलेक्शन दिए वो for that again a call for the selectors the BCCI why they play them like exactly I mean I understand his frustration as well Ranji Trophy बंद कर दो इससे अच्छा but you also need like players would at least start earn something from the Ranji Trophy as well उनके लिए भी अच्छा है it's a good place to sort of get इतना सब क्रिकेट में आप जान देते इतना बचपन से खेलते तो it does give you certain returns थोड़े बहुत टीवी पे भी आ जाते हैं थोड़े बहुत अब known हो जाते हैं you get certain contacts with domestic regions as well so I mean I would say always keep the Ranji for now but yeah the selection process the way you're going to take that talent and mold it into an international level that is something that they need to actually talk about.
Yeah, I think you still need to have a domestic structure. You need to have players coming in.
Because अभी जो तीन player आए हैं come from the domestic region only, right? The Patidar, Sarfaraz and Akashdeep now.
Yeah, they've come from there. So and also बीच में उनटकट को जो आए थे you rewarded him on his Ranji Trophy performances. So I think you need to keep that. But I understand where the frustration is coming from. I don't think he's totally wrong, but you can't just scrap it like that either. I think you have to keep a balance. It's just कि भाई IPL के साथ क्या हो रहा है वहाँ से fast track हो रहे players. आप सूर्या को देख लो और काफी players Rishabh Pant, all these guys, Ishan Kishan, they've all been fast tracked into Test cricket from IPL, and that is frustrating a lot of Ranji players. But you can still at least you have cricket there, you have domestic, you keep performing, keep hitting, keep knocking that door. You will make the news. You will have people talking about you. Now, for example, if there's no Ranji Trophy, how would we know Sarfaraz is scoring those many runs? And why would we keep defending him? Why would we push his case? Eventually, to आगे right on the squad में. So you still need that, but I know why he said that. He's pissed off basically.
Yeah, 100%, and it makes sense. वाजिब चीज़ है वो करना जिस तरीके से वो करे, but it goes to show कि they need to sort out a process जहाँ पे आप domestic से international like ये in first team में ला रहे, they really need to sort that out. वरना इतने साल से इतने प्लेयर आप खेलते बेचारे हुए.
कल का क्या prediction है आपका?
कल का I feel India जीतेंगे. They look like a confident bunch. अच्छी खेली अभी तक मुशीर, Uday, Sachin, all of these guys. They have a lot to think about. I'm not saying Australia is an easy team.
I think Australia's bowling is outstanding. Batting थोड़ा सा आप देखे expose हुआ था, and India, especially if it's a slower surface, the Indian spinners can have a say. Of course, Pandey, Mushir, and these guys. And let's see how Raj, Limbani, and Tiwari both they bowled well with the new ball so far. Lekin I think it'll be a very good contest. It'll be Australia's fast bowlers versus India's batsmen. Probably that is where the game might be won. And win the toss, probably bat first. Even though teams have won chasing also the under-19 World Cup, we saw यही South Africa में जो last World Cup हुआ था 2020 में Bangladesh chased down score against India. So, but still maybe just the way the games are going, just to take the pressure off the kids, maybe bat first.
Yeah, I again and good what I thought on Australia sending Warner for the toss after they refused to remove his captaincy ban. Marsh couldn't be present at the toss as he tested positive.
Details.
I think I mean it it really doesn't. I don't know, man. If they he can go, I think ban तो हटाए नहीं तो उन्हें गया कैसे वो है but
He wasn't captain, but he just went for the toss. I think that's confusing. Yeah, that ban shouldn't be there in the first place. That's my thought. If you're allowing Steve
yeah.
Smith to captain, then there's no reason for you not to keep David Warner as captain. I don't care about कितना कौन involve करे ये वो तीनों guilty थे भैया तीनों guilty थे तो तीनों को equal आप सजा दिए उसके बाद खत्म. You can't just keep punishing one more than the other. Whatever it is, if Faz influenced me to do something, I still did it. It doesn't matter. Like he can't get extra. Like just because he was the main guy, everyone has to.
Yeah,
So
100%.
everyone is part of it, especially in the sandpaper man. It's not like it's not crazy crime or anything like that. Like it's fine.
I
Ball
mean, you've
tampering is
seen
happening.
worse things like people who've been fixing and they're back in the whole committee of board में घुस गया वापस तो like कुछ भी possible
Sachin
है.
got caught for ball tampering. Shayad Afridi's got caught for ball tampering. I think Faf was using sweets one time. A lot of people have been caught for ball tampering. So like, I don't think it should be that big of a deal that he's done the punishment. I thought 1 year was harsh, but you gave it no problem. But now just let it go.
Yeah. And it's just a toss. It's not even like going to impact the game on the ball or the bat, right? Like it's just a toss.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. I mean, if he tested positive, like which match was it? The first T20 because he played the T20, right?
But he didn't go for the toss.
Okay, but he
Yes,
played the
cool.
game. Yeah, that's weird, right? He should have. Acha. But yeah, I mean, if he's gone for the toss, then it would have been weird if he played the game. But anyway, we'll come to know more about that. A good game था वो तो like they won by 11 runs or something Australia. Yeah, David Warner is मारा उसमें भी. But I think yeah, कहीं ना कहीं ज़्यादा stretch कर दिए for Warner's personnel. I think the way that guy has been playing sensationally. I think अब तो छोड़ ही देना like खुन्ना से आई थिंक उसका एक लेटर भी पेन हुआ था ओपन लेटर दिया था उन्हें कोर्ट को एंड स्टफ को अपॉलॉजी भी करा खत्म हो गया हो गई सो हो गई बात लाइक Steve Smith is vice captaining the squad since like so long. But yeah, I mean, he's been incredible. He's playing for Australia. He's playing सब कर रहा हूँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए फिर भी उसको अभी तक बैन करा के दैट डजंट मेक सेंस. लाइक अब पूरा अपने हिसाब से जो अपने को अच्छा है आप चला ले रहे बाकी सब लाइट ले ले रहे बट वेस्ट इंडीज अगेन द स्टार्ट दैट दे गिव रॉस्टन चार्ल्स एंड ब्रैंडन किंग वाज फैंटास्टिक. आई थिंक कुछ 80-90 मारे थे उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं फिर कोलैप्स हो गए लैम्पा पिकिंग अप 3 wickets and or 4 I think but जबरदस्त था उन्हें with the ball Lямpa really killed it and yeah he broke down the door but West Indies अच्छा it looks positive for them the test series the T20 so it's one of the strongest front yeah ODI उतना great नहीं चला हम लोग का ODI में तो 3-0 हार गए but apart from that you can look like a little bit थोड़ा upliftment है but they still have a long way to go. They need to sort their own internal matters first just before they you know they become the old West Indies. I mean, it'll be hard for them to become the old West Indies, and they try very hard. They have a lot of good players in this. They have a good captain. Uh, they can do a lot of development. They can make a very good squad for the T20 league as well. But it's going to be fun to see how they bounce back and hopefully they can become the West Indies who used to dominate back in the 1890s by getting new talent, by setting up a process and stuff like that. Delhi captain, another vulnerable captain. Yeah, that I read that as well. That if Pant is unavailable, because warning वही बोला था कि भाई पंत हमारे को यही बोल रहा कि he will wicket keep every game, he will play every game, and he'll bat at number 4. But we just have to keep this as a backup that if he's not there, then David Warner will be there, and maybe Pant will play as impact sub. But again, we're just going to hope. We know he's a positive guy, and yeah, he's just going to be as positive as always. So we're just keeping him backup in case. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Because India versus Australia under 19 final है at Benoni, the same ground जहाँ पे semi-finals हुए. Pakistan lost to Australia. India beating South Africa, the you know the people क्या बोलते हैं the host nation and it's going to be fun to see कि भाई India Australia 2023 World Cup final senior edition हार गए थे. Can India beat Australia in the under 19 edition? And I think last time जब ये दो teams मिले थे India did beat them. So let's see what happens. It was 2012 and 18 if I'm not wrong but Prithvi Shaw की team थी एंड उदमक चंद की टीम थी जो जीती थी। अब यही देखना है कि भाई अगर ये टाइम मुझे 7 रन कर पाते हैं, विच ही लुक्स लाइक अ वेरी पॉजिटिव गाय, अच्छा कैप्टन है, वेरी वेल बैलेंस्ड, वेल वेल थॉट थ्रू कैप्टन है, तो मजा आने वाला है। दोनों टीम बहुत अच्छे हैं, लॉट ऑफ गुड परफॉर्मेंस इन दी स्क्वाड्स इन बोथ टीम्स। तो कल मिलिए हम लोग को होपफुली आफ्टर द गेम India versus Australia at Benoni, the final of the World Cup Under-19 edition. It's been a fantastic tour. SA20 का ये है कि Sunrisers Eastern Cape Orange Army has won the SA20 for the second time back to back, beating Durban Super Giants in the final. Brilliantly played by Markram, Christian Stubbs. जबरदस्त दिन था आज। कल देखते हैं कि इंडिया will they manage to make South Africa blue, or will Australia again spoil India by becoming a nightmare in a World Cup final? बट आप स्टे ट्यून करिए चेसिंग द टारगेट के लिए, शॉर्ट्स देखते रहिए, लाइव देखते रहिए। होपफुली कार्तिक भाई आपकी जो बात है वर्टिकली, हम लोग डेफिनेटली उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए पीछे बैक एंड में काम कर रहे हैं हार्डली। बट यस, वी आर गोना बी रिव्यूइंग द वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल टुमारो, hopefully, and yeah, stay tuned everybody to chasing the target, and thank you, and everybody have a very very good night sleep.